My name is David Wolf. I'm the VP of Internet Marketing Strategies at InBusiness, and I'm going to be talking about reputation management today. It's a little odd to talk about this because I thought about it where it fits in. Really, reputation management is actually the use of all of the other professionals that you have here. It's an overarching theme that uses social media, that uses branding, that uses SEO. And the real thing about it is what kind of damage or positive reaction are people having to what they see out there. I think it's actually branded wrong. It shouldn't be called reputation management. It should be called an ease factor of getting new sales. How easy is it when someone sees your information? Is it going to be to make a sale to them? Are they going to see a rip-off report and go, I'll just go to the next company? Or are they going to see a great press release of something great that you did for another company? It's very, very important to get that out there. Not just to have people know who you are, but even if they already know who they are and they're going to do the research on your company and compare it to others, are they going to see something that goes, okay, I'm doing my research, this is the painting company I want to use, or this is the contractor I want to use, or this is the marketing company that I want to go with. If they don't have that social proof of information outside of what your own business is putting out, they're going to go on to the next. Marketing materials are great. Branding is very, very, very important. But how far does that reaction extend outside? If you have a solid foundation in those, it's going to make it much easier. But in the end, you do need to use all these. And in the end, it comes down to action. People like me, it's a combination of the work that we do and also the combination of how much you're willing to do. The more you're willing to do as a business owner, the more it's an exponential gain for what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys, instead of the 50,000 foot stuff that you're going to forget anyways, I'm going to give you guys some actionable steps. I'm not going to tell you about me because I'm probably good at what I do because I'm up here. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is on the right side. You need to go, it's free, it's called Google Alerts, okay? Go ahead and register for it. Go ahead and do your brand name, your industry name, and some of your competitors. What's going to happen is Google's going to start sending you emails anytime that your brand is mentioned. It doesn't matter whether it's a negative review on insider pages or city search, or whether someone wrote a horrible blog comment about how bad your food was. You need to know these types of things because awareness is the first step into doing an interaction with somebody that could possibly save a customer or a bad review. Okay, the second step is knowing how to interact with somebody that's given you a negative comment or said something bad about your company. I don't have it right now. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of time. Go ahead and look online. It's called I believe it's called the Air Force blog reaction. I have to find, you can come up to ask me. But what it is the Air Force came up with a specific type of reaction that you're supposed to do when someone makes a negative comment about yourself. Are they a crazy barn burner? If that's the case, you don't want to have interaction with them. As much as it burns you that someone said something negative about you, if that's that person that you'll never be able to satisfy, let sleeping dogs lie. If it's an opportunity where you can still grab that customer and come back to you, you need to engage them. You need to say, hey, what was my issue? Some of the examples of a lot of companies are using Twitter for that. And she's going to talk about social media where people like Sports Authority, if you go online and you complain about a shoe that they had, you'll be very surprised to find out that Sports Authority customer service will actually contact you back and say, hey, what was your problem? It doesn't matter whether they can fix it or not. The fact that they were actually listening puts them a mile ahead of everybody else. So if you start listening to your customers, if you have negative reviews and instead of coming back with an excuse, and you actually say, how can I fix this problem? What did I do wrong? Or you admit to the problem and say, you know what, we didn't do a good job, but this is what we're doing to fix it. People really, really appreciate honesty now, especially when it becomes harder and harder to fake the truth with all the third-party information that's out there. So we've covered how you can find out what's going on with Google Alerts. That's the beginning. Obviously, there are tracking tools that go way beyond Google Alerts, but we're going to crawl before we can walk. The next thing is two-way conversations, what we mentioned. When you're doing reputation management, yes, you need to get stuff out there. You need to do the public relations. You need to get news out there. But you cannot talk at people. A good example of this is how many people out there at Own a Business have had a negative review somewhere in Google or complaints. Really, there's not one negative review in this entire room. Okay, all right. That's the first, or maybe you haven't checked. I'm sure a lot of you are going to go. Google is now officially the graveyard where great businesses go to die. I can't tell you, we did an online marketing campaign where we picked out, if you go to ripoffreport.com, they rank very well in Google. I'm sure that they've all seen those. For some reason, we started calling all the businesses that had gotten listed in rip-off report, which takes about 30 seconds for an upset consumer to do, and there's no review process. It can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $40,000 to get rid of something like that, just so you know. If you work in advance, you're not going to have to worry about it. We tried to call those companies, and about 50% of them don't pick up the phone because they're out of business. So it's something that you want to pay attention to as a risk. I could talk to you a little bit more in detail about some of the things because we do have only 5 minutes. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is, oh, I'm out. Never mind. One phrase. A 2% decrease in negative mentions of your business is going to result in a 1% increase in sales. So if you need to monetize it, think about it that way. Thank you.
When they think